When we see now Be'ez Hashem Yisbarach, Sech the pesachim, Arba pesachim, Samach Tes Amud Aleph. This Gemara is also brought down in Masechta Shabbos. Tamatanin, Amoitzi Yayin, somebody takes out wine on Shabbos, Kedei Mezigas HaKois. The shear is the amount that is used to pour in a kois. So it doesn't say what that is. And the Gemara is going to try to figure out what's exactly the shear. Reb Zeir Sholev Yeshit, Kamash Yir Shel Koises. So this is just a side note. He asked him when he learned this Masechta Pesachim. The Tana Pchia Davat Koises. I'm sorry. I didn't say it properly. No. Kamash Yir Shel Kois means that kois that says there. He asked him on that Masechta on Mishnah Masechta Shabbos, because there it doesn't say the shear. Amalei Rabbi Yoshi answered, so the shear shel kois I should say Kamash Yir Shel Kois Yilmut Sasam Ram Foirish. Tana B'chiyat Dalat Kois Amar Yesh Nervius Yain B'Talki. Then you Pesach shear kois Yiroiv Mid Atalki Shemoitzi Yiroiv Mizeh. So now let's go slow here. So he asked him a question. Kamash Yir Shel Kois, he means the Tony Gaba Hitzah Shabbos. Tony Gaba Hitzah Shabbos. That was his question. It means it said by Pesach, right? Because that's an Indian Pesach. Yesh Revius Yain V'Talki. The shear is a Revius Yain and the measurement of Italki. And Memela, that's a shear of Shabbos. So it's still not clear because what's a shear meziga? So I added Kshemoitzi Roiva Mizeh Chayev. This is questionable. It must be enough wine that you can make a maziga, and together it should be a revius. That's what he's answering. Now the Gemara says in Bali it means roiva revius, but that's not what the Yishalmi is saying. Yishalmi is just saying that the shear of Itzah is enough wine to make a maziga. Tamatanin, Mafanam Ava Chamish Kupas. Zir Shol Abiyeshe Kama Shiur Shel Kupas, only some of flesh. Tinin Tama Bake Yom Kippus Shagilgam Basan, Toimersat Lishka. Each kupa had 3 saw. So you see the kupa is usually 3 saw. Yes, by Abim Shab Yechlan, the Abihudahi. Yan Kedei Gemia, Bidoime Kedei Mizik Zakos. This din, the Mishnah Masechta Shabbos, the Abihudahi, what means the Abihudahi? Mishnah Da Moitzi. Now comes a new shaila. This is also belongs to Masechta Shabbos. Mozuk bekam. Somebody is moitzi yayin mozuk. What's the shear? So we had already yayin k'dei meziga. That's what Rabbi Yehuda holds. K'dei meziga sakoy. So that, let's say, is a quarter of a revius, or we can say maybe it's a third of a revius. Enough wine that you can make a meziga. What's if you moitzi yayin mozuk? Nishmeinu anado. Ma'im k'dei gemia. Rabbi Yehuda omer k'dei meziga sakoy. So that's called 3/4 of a revius, because that's used to be mazik the kois. The omre mozuk kedem zigas kois. The vada legor mozuk yain imaim l'chedei. The saga the 3/4 revius. Mozuk kedem zigas kois. The Omer Mozuk Kedem Bezigas HaKois. It's not clear, but this is what it could be. It means really a full revius. Kedem Bezigas HaKois. But it's more mashma Kedem Bezigas HaKois would mean the amount you need. So I'm not sure pshat here, and I'm leaving it up for whoever should learn the sugi should decide on his own. Again, we're asking a certain measurement that they knew in those times what it is. So the Gemara, it's a shear that's they had a certain kind of measurement, another quarter of that. We want to drink all the 4 cups in one shot. And it doesn't say it in his house, because he says Hal in his house in shul. So the Kumta is that in the house he doesn't divide the Hal by 2. He doesn't drink 4 cases separately. If you drink and you stop and you drink again, so the Gemara Klum Amrish Yishtaker in Bishoyses and Pesuk Afin Mishtaker. Ma'ala says B'yayin Shel Shvius. Interesting Shaila here. What's the halacha Yayin Shel Shvius? What's the question? Everybody's wondering. So I wrote the Shaila is Shem Asa Lohoitzi Machol Shvius LaMitzvah. Dama Kama Abed. It's not clear. You can say something because it's not lochem. There's a lot of problem. Everybody can decide on his own. Tona boishi. Yotzim yayin shel shvius. Manish tesem can do you add sugar if it's good. Not the tona can do me yayin. The omer yotzim can. Manish says mezugan. If you can pour water, maybe you have to drink yayin chai. Mad tona bkhia bokosh omer yotzim bechaim mezugan. Sheyev tam yayin. Abiyam mitzvah shtasyan. Other shem tank yes. So the mice you could pour water, you don't have to drink it chai. Tony, mevushel kedei tab. Yeah, mevushel yemoitzi. Kedei talbe kedei. That's the shia gabaytzar. The Indian oitzar. That's the shia gabaytzar. Ma'ayla says v'yayim mevushel. You can cook the wine. So it seems from here that the yayin mevushel means they took the grape juice before it turned alcohol and you cooked it, and that's how they made sure it shouldn't get alcohol. He drank 4 cases in Pesach night and his head was hurting until Shavuot. So he tiny that it's mutter to drink grape juice. You don't have to drink wine. He had a headache until Sukkot. A certain matron, a Roman lady, saw him. His face is shining. You have one of the 3. Ishte chamerat, or you're a wine drinker, or malva berisat. They make a lot of money, that's why he's so happy. Also, they used to be very wealthy. You blow up your spiritual blow up. Lesbi. I don't have anything. Ella, what? Ufani shchichli. I learned Torah. They saw his face was shining. His face was shining. They said for Rabbi Yochanan, probably found some big oitzer of money. How do you know? He said for them, how do you know that he found the oitzer? His face is shining. He must have won the lottery. Here's some new memory, a new Gemara. Some old Tesefta. All of Chachmas Adam Panav said in Rebbe Bo, Chachmas Adam Toy Panav makes his face shine. Look at the lug. It says in the Torah that the Shia of lug. For example, a mincha has to have a look like echet shemen. It's an old measurement that's called tumnus. Tumnus means 8, but that's how the measurement was called. An old 8 that used to measure murius, fish sauce. Tzipor. I still remember that measurement, that tumnus. Base Rabbi Yanai, they used to use it to measure honey. It's also half of the measurement that's called shminis. That's how it was called. It's an eighth. That's how that it was a certain size. So half of that of Tveria. Really, this thing is still today. They have this. He's going on Reb Chanina. Reb Chanina said that it's an old tumnus. So he said we still use it today. Lama Omer Tikta. Why does he say old? Old sounds that it's not in use anymore. But really, it was still in use in times of Rabbi Yochanan. Because it was already when he was born. She said old because when he was born, it existed already. Not to say old that it's not in use anymore. Old means that when he was born, it was around already. Is the Amr Havas the era? Verabas is the Eris. The Eris called the Havas. It became smaller and big and then small again, but not as initials. That's why he says the old means the initial version of this. In Chanina's time, there was a certain measurement. It became bigger, then smaller again. He says, don't use this one. Use the smaller one that was before it became big. Okay, this is going to be the end of Samach Tes.